In the next 10 minutes, you're going to have MiniMax H3 running on your own computer, generating video from text and animating your own images with real audio built in. No API key, no subscription, no cloud queue. I'll show you exactly which files to download, where they go, and the 2 workflows you actually need. Let's get into it.
We'll be using the ComfyUI to run it. They have the official workflow to support the MiniMax H3 model. We will install a fresh ComfyUI and follow the instruction. So there is the official workflow is here. They had 3 of them. There's text to video, image to video, and reference to video. There are instructions on how to download the model and also place them into the directory. So on the models, so here. And after that, you should be able to start your ComfyUI server. Press enter. On the bottom side, there is the GPU. So as you can see, this is 5090, and let's press enter. So alright, so once it's getting ready, we can go to the web browser and go to the address. So it's right here. And after we download the workflow, we can grab it onto the web browser. So after grab it, you can see that there's some instructions. They also have the instruction on the model. Download is here. There's some introductions for the MiniMax H3 model. And on the right side, this is the actual workflow. There's also some settings. So I think you can control the size based on the megapixel from 0.2 to 2. They also have some sample prompt. We can use that directly. So for now, let's try the smallest output. We try the 0.2. And let's press the run button. So as you can see now, we just started to load the model. And on the bottom side, we see that the VRAM has been used around 18 gigabytes. And so now it's start the inferencing. And we see the progress bar is also there. Takes around 1 minute and 30 seconds. And we see the GPU using a lot of power. It's about 580 watts out of 600 watts. Temperature is at 67 Celsius degree. Utilization is at 100%. And right now, the VRAM usage is about maxed out. It's 29.46 gigabytes. And by the way, I can hear the fan is spinning quite a lot heavily, 63% for the fan. So cool. So after it completes, it will start doing some of the VAE work, and they will do some unload and load the VAE and generate the video. So the total time is 132 seconds. And here is the output. So because I'm choose the lower end resolution, so expect it to be not very sharp. So let's take a look. Yeah, I think from the motion side, it's still very cool. I will download it. So we'll try another prompt. So this time, there is also a prompt guide. I will do another video to maybe talk about it, but for now, let's quickly do that. So basically, you can specify it in a lot of details. So just like that, describe the style, and to be accurate, you specify what's actually happening around each timestamp. So I think that can give it a precise control. So now this time we will do 0.4. I think this time is 864 by 480. So let's do that. 0.4, and let's press the run button. Yeah, here we go. I think if you want, you certainly can go higher for the megapixel parameter. So as you can see here, if you goes from 0.2, increase it on the right side, it will just increase the resolutions. I assume this one will take quite a long time. Alright, so let's looking at the progress bar on the bottom. So this time, because we increased the number for the megapixel, so this time it takes around 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The speed is at 6.58 seconds for each iteration. Total steps is 25 steps. And looking at the GPU, similarly, we see that it uses almost the full power over here. 70 Celsius degree fans at 61%, GPU utilization at 100% here. And for the system RAM, it also uses quite a lot, uses about 22 gigabytes. I had about 48 gigabytes at the machine. So it's about to use less than half of that, plus the 29.5 gigabytes for the VRAM. So alright, yeah, we see that to complete the generating takes about 200 seconds. It just takes a longer time, doesn't use more VRAM. So it basically stays at 29 gigabytes for the VRAM. And looking at the generated output, we can take a look at that. Yeah, imagine that if I increase the number for the megapixel, it would take a much longer time here. So I'm at 0.4 here. So next, switch gear to the image to video. So they also have the samples here. We can download the workflow. We download the model. So basically the model here is actually the same as the text to video. So these two use the same model. So this one uses another model here. So after you download the workflow, you can also download the input image. You can provide your own image, and then you can directly run that. Similarly, for the image, you provide the image here, and then you specify the resolution here. You can select the aspect ratio. You can change the megapixel, and so very similar to the text to video. Just press the run button to run it. I will do aspect 9 to 16. I will modify the prompt. Yeah, so I will just do a quick testing, and it's a very simple prompt. Let's see how it can understand and generate the video. Use the default one, 0.4, so it will take about the same time, about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So let's press the run button here to see how it works. Alright, it got the prompt and start processing, and RAM usage is about 30 gigabytes, a little bit more than the previous one. Alright, so cool. It takes about 170 seconds to generate the video from the image.
Welcome to the channel, Tech Practice.
Okay, so I think that's pretty cool, and it's basically able to generate the voice very clearly, and we also see that the motion-wise it's also very smooth, and even at a lower resolution, it still looks quite fantastic. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you for watching. Please give it a thumb up and share it. Please subscribe to the channel for future content. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.